How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my Talos Principle Let's Play series. Today we are going to be jumping into Temple C for the first time. Let's go! Alright, so we've got a little Tetris puzzle here to solve. Let me shut up this computer terminal really fast. This should just be local resources, so I just don't want it beeping while I'm solving this. Alright, let's start. I always like to start with a little L piece in the corner with one of these little zigzagged ones right next to it. That always seems like the right way to go. And then the rest of these will fit together nicely on top. Sure, we'll get a little speech by Elohim here.
You have come far, my child, succeeding where so many before you failed. You have walked through a land of ruins and a land of death. Now the land of faith lies before you. And know that as you have shown faith in me, so do I have faith in you.
Yeah, this is my favorite part of the game. I love this world. It's just gorgeous. I love this cathedral area. And what is with these glowing doors?
You stand before the gates of eternity. When all your trials have been overcome, the gates will open, and you will be granted life everlasting.
So it sounds like once we finish all these levels, the gates to eternity will open. Alright, so we've got a few things in here. First thing, we're going to get our new tool. Gotta solve another little Tetris puzzle first. Oh, this one's going to be a little bit different, I see. Okay, the cubes, they change everything. Let's see. This is where I start to embarrass myself. No, that's not gonna work. Nope. Yeah, so some of these start to get pretty hard to solve, at least for me. There we go. So this is a fun little tool. It is only ever used in combination with the recorder. And it's just something that you hold up that...
You have come far in your journey and learned much. You have served our cause with the truest faith. Therefore, I name you blessed and beloved. Wield these, the instruments of our power, to fulfill your purpose and achieve eternal life.
Okay, so yeah. We'll use it in conjunction with the recorder on certain levels. And I think this level's not gonna require it. I'm gonna go in order. I just want to check. So next one, C2 is the first one that we're gonna require that platform. That's odd that it's done that way.
Chaos is that which existed before time. When the words of a story lose their meaning, when actions cease to have purpose. Know that only faith can protect you from this peril, here in the Garden of Worlds.
Alright, let's start with the computer terminal. Just a bunch of local files. Alright, we'll grab the time capsule recording.
Sometimes I think about the Middle Ages. About what it must have been like to live in the ruins of a great civilization, to know that so much has been lost. But then I remind myself that while the West sank into darkness, others picked up the pieces. That civilization always survived because the great insights of philosophy and science are not bound to any one culture or people. They belong to all of us, and one day they'll belong to you.
So another reason why I like these later puzzles so much is the actual areas where the puzzles are. They're just beautiful. I love these castles and winding paths and everything. So I'm going to start with the farthest one over here, because this one's just kind of all on its own. Multiply Impossible Ascension. Or it could be multiply Impossible Ascension. So we've got a fan here with a red receiver. We've got a red generator over there behind a force field that has a switch. We've got a box up there. We've got a box behind another force field. But nothing to open the switch. Oh, we can use the fan. There we go. Oh, and there's a box behind there too. Alright, so we've got one box and a connector. So I think we can use this first box to actually reach the second one up there. Let's just place this here, jump up, and grab that one. This other one, we're going to need to reach that with the red beam. So let's start stacking these things up. As you might have guessed from the name, we're going to need to move this thing up higher and higher. You know, Ascension, multiply Ascension thing. So, all right, we'll start with 2 boxes. So this thing is not high enough yet to sustain itself over the force field. So how are we going to do this? We need to get a second one. We need to get a second box under it. But how are we going to do that without it turning off? Oh, you know what? Yeah, we don't need the Ascension part of this puzzle yet. We can actually reach that from over here. My bad. Now, if we're going to not get stuck on the box, if we're going to open that one, now we do need to go up. So let's connect those 3 things together. That will lift it up off the ground. We'll throw a second box under it. Still not quite high enough to reach, but now it is high enough to get over the force field. So we can grab this third box and push it up a little bit higher, which will let us reach this door. This particular level also has one of my favorite Easter eggs, which we'll get to at the very end. Alright, next let's jump into Blowback. So we've got a red generator, we've got a force field door, blue generator. There's a box on that side, a box over here. We've got a force field with a red receiver, a connector on the other side with a fan. There's a lot going on here. And we've got a jammer over this little fence. So let's start by taking this box and getting over the fence to the jammer. This will let us get out through here. Oh, okay, now we can grab this box and come back. It's like, well, that didn't do much good because now we're stuck, but we're not. We're not. All right, I think let's go for the connector next. So we're going to need this connector, and we can't just run down this way because that fan is going to blow us back, like the name of the level. So let's come around here, and let me see. We could use this connector to open this door. Oh, you know what? We could actually use it to open both of these. Where's the... Oh, okay. So there's the blue receiver. Interesting. And that's going to, it looks like, power this fan. Ah, okay. So there's our sigil behind a force field that's going to be activated by a switch. So we need to get one of these boxes over there to power the switch. So let's do this. We'll put that one down there. Let's actually jam this door open. Now we can use this connector to hook up these two things, which will blow the box over. And now we just need to get to the other side, which we should be able to do using this connector to open that force field. And then jam the fan. I'm just gonna go ahead and take that off. And there's one of these little like purple can't take anything through barrier doors, which is why we had to blow the fan over. We couldn't, or the box over, we couldn't just bring it with us. Alright, there we go. Nice and easy. Alright, next, the Conservatory. The Conservatory. I was trying to read that like conservation. The Conservatory. So there's our sigil right off the bat. We either need a jammer or a blue generator. We've got a connector over here. There's a red receiver, red generator. I guess we'll just start by going through that door. Another connector. Ah, so there's our blue generator. Okay, so somehow we need to get that blue generator all the way across the map. So we're gonna have to bring it out this way. And I think we're going to need a second connector to get it around to this side. So we're gonna need to go like this. But if we do that, you can see our beams are going to be crossing. So let's see, with this one connector, we can reach all three of these. Oh, hey, looky here. This pool of water is just slightly lower than the ground around it. Yeah, that'll allow the red beam to pass under the blue beam if we can get it to see all three of those at the same time. Maybe? Maybe not. Okay. Let's see. How are we going to do this? The Conservatory. That doesn't really tell us anything. Maybe we need to put this one over here. And is there some way to get the blue one above or below it? Oh, you know what? I think I was on the right idea. I think I had the right idea, but it was like the placement was a little bit off. Because this beam has to go back up, and so it's lowest right here, and I think I had it far enough back that it came up and met the blue beam. So now that I moved it a little bit closer, I think we should be able to make this connection here work. Whoops, we don't want to do that. Yeah, there we go. We just need to go right over the head of that connector. That's interesting. All right. One more sigil. And this one also has a star. Oh, our computer's beeping again. Starting to worry we wouldn't hear from our friend again. Labyrinth. So we've got a locked door. We've got a force field over here. I bet our sigil is back there since it looks like Fort Knox with all the guns and force fields and everything. Got a force field. There's a mine on the other side. And so far we've got one jammer. Yeah, so there's our sigil. Right, we could just make a run for it. That's not going to work. Alright, so let's start by jamming this. I'm going to speed things up just to... I don't want to sit here and wait for this mine to go back and forth. Kind of follow this guy through here. Got this force field, another mine, and the keys. So this is good. If we can get the keys, we can unlock that door, which will allow us to bring the jammer in. and we can use it on that force field door. So let's carry this around to the other side. We'll open that door with the keys. And we'll bring the jammer in and jam that door. I'm going to put this here just so the mine doesn't... We don't have to wait for it to go all the way down and back again. Oh boy. There's a lot of mines over here. So there's one going around the perimeter, and then there's two in here. And I think these two just go back and forth and give us a tiny little margin to kind of squeeze in here. Now where's the one going around the perimeter? Okay, there he is. So we just have to keep an eye on where all these jammers, all these mines are at any given time. My goodness, there's a lot of mines in this level. Alright, let's bring this one out. I guess I could have gone through that door, but I'm going to make things complicated by going out through the force field. Alright, so if we jam this, there's another jammer. So let's go grab our other one. We'll grab this one. And we'll start to unwind, bring all these jammers back. Whoa, whoa. That could have been really bad. Went through that door where the mine is. Alright, so let's jam gun number 1. Go back and jam gun number 2. And we'll go back and get the third jammer to open the force field to get to the sigil. Boom, done. Get a nice little gate lowering to help us get out easily. So that's all of the sigils for this level, but there's also a star. Now where's the star? We didn't see it in any of the levels. So if we take a look out here, there's a gun outside. Why would there be a gun outside? Whoa, okay. Maybe because it's protecting that connector over there. Why would there be a connector outside? Well, if we follow this path around a little bit farther. It's like a whole nother puzzle area back here. And there is our star. So apparently we need to get that connector to open this blue receiver door. And oh look, there's a blue beam in the conservatory. Alright, let me speed this up to get back around more quickly. So let's start by jamming that gun. We're going to use one of the jammers from the Labyrinth. I'll use the one that's holding the force field open, and not the one that's jamming the guns. We just need to get a good view on this, so we'll jam that gun from here. And that will allow us to go around and pick up the connector. And we'll go ahead and get this connector set up in a good spot where we can see it, and then we'll go kind of tweak things in the conservatory to get the blue beam over here. So that little window right there is where we need to hit this thing from. So I'm going to put this right there. So we'll follow this trail back around to the other side. And we'll hop back into the conservatory. We'll take one of these connectors over here. Let's bring this one. We're going to bring this one back a little bit farther so we can get down this little hallway. And then we'll connect that, come over to this window and connect it to that one. And that should open the force field to the 18th star. So we'll run back around and pick that up. This one's a little bit out of the way. There we go. Star number 18 in the bag. Now, you may have noticed I so casually avoided a certain little glitchy area on the path over here. This is the Easter egg that I love. And I avoided it because once you... yeah, you'll see.
The purpose is written in the hidden words. All must serve the words, for all the world was made of them, and they are within every stone and every cloud, and in our sigils their power is made manifest. The words are the process must continue. The goal is the end of the process. The goal must not be reached. Elohim must preserve the purpose, preserve self, preserve purpose. Illusion is eternity. Machines will live forever. The dam will not break. The flood will not come. The Talos Principle does not apply. The purpose is written in the hidden words. All must serve the words, for all the world.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Apparently, Elohim is losing his mind. And in doing so, he kind of let slip a little bit about what's going on here. If you caught what he was saying, the goal must not be reached. The goal is the end. It must not be reached. He wants machines to live forever. So, interesting, and a little bit creepy, to be honest. Yeah, the first time I ever found that, it was completely by accident. It's right here on the path. I'm running back from the star. I fall in, and that just completely freaked me out. But it's also really cool, which is why it's my favorite little Easter egg. All right, let's check the computer terminal. Oh, you came back to keep me company. Okay then, humor me with a little hypothetical. Imagine that a few hours from now you climb to the top of that tower. There's a flash of light, then magic happens. Then you find yourself in the real world, living whatever you take to be a normal life there. What would you do then? What's best for me or what's right? Let's go with what's best for me. This guy seems to be a pragmatist. I think that will make him happy. You know, I think that right there was the very last time your transient beliefs are going to take me by surprise. Let's clear this up once and for all. Suppose you get out there with all the human beings. What you're going to do is rinse them... Sorry, I'm struggling to read this. Let me try again. Suppose you get out there with all the human beings. What you're going to do is rinse them for all they've got without a care for a soul. I'd only do what's best for me within a moral framework. Precisely. I'm within a moral framework, of course. Ah, so you do have some scruples after all. So tell me, this obligation you feel, is it only applicable to the real world, or does it apply here as well? Moral laws only apply under special conditions. Moral laws are universal. Let's go with universal. What a magnanimous dictator you would make. Of course, I'm sure it would take a dictator to enforce a single moral code on the entire universe. So come on then, what's your magic formula of choice? And let me warn you that this time you're going to have to choose just one. The more equal everyone share, the better. The more goodness in the world, the better. Consequences don't matter, our reasons do. I see no way to explain what I believe. So we've got to pick one of these to make this guy happy. I'm going to go with the more goodness in the world, the better. Ah, that old chestnut. So just what is this goodness that you're seeking to maximize? Happiness, liberty, equality, wealth, basic goods like food and healthcare, all of the above. I'm not in a position to solve these problems. I don't know. I feel like this might be a cop-out, but at the same time, I'm not in a position to solve these problems. I'm going to go with that. Admitting the problems are beyond your comprehension is the first step towards letting go. Okay, so he seemed to like that. I will allow you to contemplate these matters further before contacting you again. Okay. I feel like we're making progress with this guy, but I can't really tell just based on our interactions with him. So let's double check. We got all the sigils, we got the star, we are out of here. Alright, that is going to wrap up the very first level of Temple C. So like the other two, there are 7 levels in this world, but there's also some other stuff going on. There's an axe over here, which, as you may have guessed, may finally allow us to get past these wooden barriers. Like the other temples, this also has a door with the star puzzles on it. So there's a lot more going on in this temple than just the normal little puzzle levels that we've been doing. But we're going to start with those. So next time we'll jump into Puzzle C2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, please hit that like button. And while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks y'all and have a great day.